Yep, I'm ready.
Fantastic.
Okay. So, for those who weren't here, we are in prison for domestic terrorism. We kind of blew up a building, killed a lot of people, big accident. Don't want to blame Navos, but kind of was Navos' fault. Oh,
So proud of you guys.
Okay. So we are on day 3 of being in prison. And every night it seems that we're in prison, we've been having these very vivid dreams, and our dreams are connected, and we can communicate to each other while we're in this dream world. We're still trying to figure that one out, but we're using it as an advantage for now. And as we get into Dream Night 3, Nevos kind of views a different version of himself, a different, softer around the edges kind of version of himself, and Run just doesn't want to do anything in the dream world, so he just takes a big seat and just looks into the void. And Duncan kind of woke up to a different, younger city with people screaming and running around and some sort of trauma going on. And in this city, we see a group of heroes. These heroes are kind of vague, and we can't really see who they are, but we kind of recognize one of them, the leader, a young, I think, elf cleric who may have been the younger version of the woman we've been seeing in previous streams, that I've been seeing, that Navos has been seeing. I have a speculation that this city was a young version of the Callow, the city that we're in now, and that this young woman may also be a godkin. These heroes have different sigils than the ones we have, maybe a precursor to the ones that we have. And as we kind of drifted from that, we drifted to a different version of the city, a bit older. And we see this young woman trying out the collars for the first time. And every time she puts on the collar, it surges and kills whatever magic user was unfortunate enough to put on the collar. And we see this happen a couple of times, a dozen times, 100 times, 1,000 times, until finally they put the collar on and it doesn't kill. These trials to figure out how to make these collars work seem to be successful. And as we kind of floated above the city, we see it built up and destroyed, built up and destroyed. And we see that this woman eventually gets memorialized in a temple, and that the city itself gets built over that temple, and that this mausoleum of sorts may be the center of the city. Waking up that morning, we both, all of us, kind of looked through the city to see if we could find any idea of where that mausoleum may be, and on the surface, there's no visual cue that there's anything underneath it. That day, we are all visited by a group of, or a different set of people to kind of, I don't know, strike a deal with us. And the very first person to meet with Brun is a old friend of ours, Zenson Silverwater, the son. He wants to make a deal to kind of save Nava, or no, he visited Navos, not Brun. He wanted to make a deal to save Navos, but it didn't seem like Navos really wanted to be anything part of that, for good reason. There is a man from Brun's past, Armek, who comes to see Brun, to see kind of how he fares in prison, and oh yes, and he tried to make Brun eat a bunch of samples of different minerals. Sample 17 doesn't work. Sample 11, which I think was a version of granite, Brun eats, and it kind of makes him sick, which is some sort of indicator. After he's eaten all of these rocks before, eventually Curtis did make a picture of him eating Fruity Pebbles. We've named it as that, and I think that's what gave him that pity point.
I appreciate the extra effort. What can I say?
Eventually, Duncan is met by a fancy lady from the Alfoza family. She wants Duncan to join the Alfozas and kind of give them information. It seems that we may be a hot ticket item. Bye, Andrew. But she seems to be hiding something from Duncan that she doesn't want him to know. That night, we go back into our dreams, where we kind of viewed these half elf putting the collars on and testing them. The collars kind of get finer and finer, and they kind of match the ones that we saw on Might Mouth back in the sewers when we first had come into. Oh, you weren't with us then. You had already gone inside the city. We met Might Mouth forever ago, and he told us a little bit about our sigils.
Oh, hang on.
Pertinent information.
Okay.
He had given us bits that he associates with our sigils, a bunch of spells and scrolls, some notes, some scripture, a blessed scroll, Lesser Restoration, Shield of Faith, things that he associates with our sigils. So I've come to the conclusion that the sigils are some sort of protection over us. Protection from what I don't know. Smash Burning Flesh. We see Lyra attaching all of these collars.
A point of order
Test
on
work.
that.
Yes.
The woman you met in your dreams was not the one placing the collars. They were being placed by various groups of individuals who seemed to be testing them out.
I thought it was the same half-elf woman that we constantly putting on. Okay. Oh, it will change that in my notes. Wrong. Okay.
She was reacting every time, but she was not the one placing them.
At the end of the dream, we met a creature of some kind. Humanoid, but made of almost pure energy. Ellerin. It has always been Ellerin. It will always be Ellerin. But it has taken the form of Lyra. Free me. Please. 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 And then when Navos wakes up, he realizes his journals have been completely erased. As if it's trying to hide information even from Navos. And I think that is where we ended off. A lot of dream sequences.
I do have one question just for elaboration. Was Might Mouth as awesome as I was imagining Might Mouth to be?
How did you imagine Might Mouth?
Yeah, because we're about to say there's 360. 160 on that.
The most incredible version of Obnoxious.
Oh, you're right there. Thanks for Duncan.
Depending on the person, yeah.
Speaking as Duncan.
Is struck down by the gods themselves.
As Duncan. It couldn't have been worse.
That's amazing.
If you took Smeagol, if you took Gollum, mixed it with like an anglerfish with just like the big teeth, except the teeth can move.
They oscillate.
They they kind of do one of these like a barber. It had no eyes, so there's a lot of sniffing and licking going on.
That's creepier than I thought.
And the voice was incredible.
That's what I was. All right.
Point of order. We met it in the sewers, so it is a sewer dirty creature. Duncan wanted to kill it, and he still would have if Navos didn't step in.
That sounds like elitism.
With, hey, would you kill me if you saw me in the sewers?
Andrew,
Probably.
It is such a shame that Thane was not there, because Might Mouth would have fully licked your eyeball.
Yeah, the sigils got
try the sigil. Try the sigil.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
Any future bad mouthing of my delightful little thing.
Duncan said it. Duncan's already in prison. Duncan said it, not me.
Duncan's already in prison.
There are far worse things I could do to Duncan. And I might yet.
Back in the sewer.
Any other notes or adjustments or input from the Peanut Gallery regarding this recap?
Brun's all the gargoyles that were sitting on Bruncell as he was eating the rocks were becoming more and more uncomfortable. Because as he found out, he was eating essentially gargoyle meat. And like eating your own like flesh of my flesh makes you sick. So Brun is like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because they kept asking where he was made. In the final vision, as we were seeing more folks falling, dying from these collars, Ellerin said, I remember all of them, every single one. Would you make the same choice? And then for the Lyran, her name was Lyra, her name was Lyra, her name was Lerae. Were the 3 names that we were given.
Mm-hmm. Like she can't even remember her own name.
Those names were different, but I am Ellerin. I have been Ellerin. I will be Ellerin. I will forever be Ellerin.
I will be Ellerin forever.
Ellerin forever. Okay. I couldn't tell if that was a carrot or just my handwriting's trash. So yeah, those are those 2 additions. Derek, do you have anything on the Navos side of things?
The L that Navos mentioned a few games ago, that is Lyra. It's somebody related to Navos in some way, and for whatever reason, Aloran is using this person, like taking the characteristics.
And from Duncan's dreams, Lyra Lyrone is Valen's brother, or sister, rather. Mm-hmm. Valen is her brother. Valen being Navos, maybe, possibly.
And this was the same features that Thane had taken on.
Yeah.
At one point. Okay. Shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And for also context, I will add, Mathea is the person that visited Navos. She was a traveler visited me, and she was a traveler for the city. She was trying to get research on possible threats.
She read your journal.
Mathea. She read my journal to see what we were up to.
Dear diary, today Bren was a dick.
A few things in the
Can't
dreams.
stand that guy.
The cosmos, the stars we see are related to parts of Navos's past from like decades ago. The landscape that Brun looked out on noticed that it has changed in a way that time couldn't do itself. Something else is interfering with it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was something else.
There was
I'm gonna
a
have to go back and listen.
There's a lot. There's a piece about when we were viewing the city being destroyed and rebuilt, that we might be viewing, like, the city that we're in now might be a lot older than, like, it's rumored to be. That there might be different versions of Callow. Personally, it might be alternate realities. It might be some sort of time shifting. We don't really know. We only have theories at this point.
And after the episode, we were wondering if maybe Aloran is being used as, like, a battery. Like, once the collars are put on, the magic is...
To store the magic.
Storing it, yeah.
All right. That seems like a fairly comprehensive recap there. Thank you all so much for that. Evan, do you have inspiration right now?
I sure do.
Okay. Then for your very comprehensive work, I will grant you... Ooh... 1 free failure.
Okay. For myself? Perfect.
You can use it on whoever you like.
1 free failure.
Party members, NPCs,
probably.
yourself.
So not a get out of jail free card, put someone in jail free card.
Mm-hmm.
Come on up.
It is an automatic failure.
Duncan's playing a fucking divination wizard over here now.
Hey, guard, can you let me out? No, I don't think I will. 1 free failure, please. Oh, okay, I guess I will.
Get fucking persuaded, bitch.
Okay.
All right. So, welcome back, friends.
Hello.
We are going to begin a few days ago. Thane, you, in the sea of people that have set up this makeshift city outside the walls, these people who have been waiting for who knows how long, crushed in here, trying desperately to enter the city, against so many odds, you found Sir Calloway and Squire Pennywhistle. That is where we left you. Right, Thane. So, we were told to intercept you before you got into the city. We were heading back through, so it made the most sense for us to meet with you.
Are you not staying?
No, this is not our task. And you remember Sir Calloway. He hasn't changed much. He's aged a bit. He has seen travel and grown weary of it, it seems. Pennywhistle, he is bland. You don't know what's happened to them, but the friend you remember is very reserved since you last met. Doesn't really meet your eyes very often. Doesn't really interject. There's no enthusiasm to words. There's hardly any feeling or emotion behind it in general, which you've pretty well accepted from Calloway. Like, he absolute blank canvas at the best of times, right? Other than when he's being a dickhead. So he really hasn't changed, but it does seem like your old friend has maybe taken on some of those traits too.
I know Charlie has always been. They've always gotten more injured than Thane did, and Thane was always kind of accident prone too. Does Charlie have any fresh wounds or bruises or anything that I can tell from the bit of them that I can see?
Not from what you can see. They are as armored as you are, as covered as you are. The point is for everyone to be very similar.
Right. Yeah.
So there's not much to go off of. When you move
moving
from
around,
place to place,
there's not
you see a little bit of a hitch to the shoulder. Like when the arm swings a little too hard, there's a little bit of a jerk, a reaction to try and bring it back around. But beyond that,
will you two be staying long, or is this it? Is this the only time I'll be seeing you?
We will be getting you into the city. We do have some individuals inside to introduce you to. I have contact with them, so we will pass you to them and trust that you will do your mission to the best of your ability.
This is my mission, then? Will I, if this city turns, will I be like you?
Would you be knighted?
Yes.
That is not for me to say. I do not make such decisions. But as far as we can tell, this is a task granted to you.
Then it will be a task I succeed in doing.
Thane, your party has gone on ahead to try and get into the city. Take one of the boxes in and leave it so that it wouldn't have to go through guards who would probably pry it open. So the box with the head in it, the one that really needs to stay shut, that one is being taken inside initially. They're going to bring the box that Duncan had, the one with the sigil from Pyvel, the sealed samples, because if that one gets opened, everything's still contained, right? So they're going to bring that one back around. And they said that they would meet you at Abern. So that is the goal. Calloway is intending to get you inside. And right now it's nighttime. Darkness has fallen. It's been several hours since you got here to the city and witnessed kind of the micro city all around you, the trade that's been going on, the different small camps and things. There's a strong feeling of desperation with the people around you. There's anger, there's tension. And you had suggested that this could be a very solid distraction should you light this powder keg. But we're told to hold off on that and save it for later, in case it would be needed. Mm-hmm. So the night passes. You've joined Calloway and Pennywhistle at their small camp. It's just a small place they've set aside, and food is shared amongst you. It is so bland. You have gotten used to seasonings. This is such a taste of home, and it's disgusting. After that brief stint in which flavor was a thing you could enjoy. Mm-hmm. And Calloway has served you this slop. Well, actually, no, I guess Pennywhistle would, since he is the squire. And passes you your bowl, and you all sit down to eat. Is there anything you would like to ask them before you try and enter the city?
Yes. First, though, and it doesn't have to be now, but at some point, do I think I can pull Charlie aside or like get them aside to talk to them without Calloway present? Doesn't have to be now, but do I think I'll get that opportunity?
They've been shadowing Calloway pretty heavily. Pretty well lockstep. There's not much deviation in their movements. It would be very difficult to do so, unless you maybe followed them to the bathroom? Question mark?
So...
Like, oh, I got a P2.
If you'll allow this. So, Zane and Charlie had pretty much grown up together, under like the ever watchful eye of the knights that they were squiring for, Calloway being one of them. I like to imagine that the two of them and maybe some of the other squires would have worked out some kind of like very simple code or something between them to be able to like share things that they didn't want, like where it's like, oh, you've been getting hit again, yeah, or whatever it might be, like just our little miniature rebellions.
I would allow that as everyone from the collective is taught hand signs.
Yeah.
Right. So you could fairly easily create unique signs for certain things, sort of codes. Yeah, I would allow that.
Okay. So before I try to communicate to them at all, to the two of them together, so what have we learned about Callow so far? What can you tell me? What are the weak points? Who are we working with on the inside?
Calloway speaks again. Charlie never has a chance. We will travel into a section they call Roots. It is where most of the people are settled. We are told that there are sections that are more destitute than others, and our contact will be in amongst those. There is a strict hierarchy within the city, where there are ruling families that control every aspect. There's a family for just about everything. One is the family that controls interaction and diplomacy with other entities, other nations. Another handles all of the city's stonework. They build everything. One family is in charge of communications and messages. They control the flow of information, which, as you are well aware, is very important. There's a family that controls food, where it goes, where it comes from, how it enters, how it is dispersed. There's a family that controls money. They are bankers. Interestingly enough, and even though he says interesting, there's not a hint of interest in the voice, right? They may be from Maestre.
What family is this?
I believe their name is Duerte. There's a family that controls import and trade. They are the connection for supplies from the outside. Another family controls all of the military operations, the guards, mercenaries, their soldiers. There's a family that controls knowledge itself, including magics and mundane. There's one final family as well. They're not very important to our efforts, but they control many of the fine craftsmanship, the artisans of the city, which seems like a waste. Between all of these, they form a council that rules everything. All decisions are made through them. So even though they have a council, air quotes on that, there is still a hierarchy amongst themselves, where some families hold more sway than others.
Of course.
We are not very familiar with that. That may be something for you to discover in your time here.
Do you know anything about the Silver Waters?
Kind of looks over at Pennywhistle for a brief moment. I believe that was one of the families that rules the city. It sounds familiar.
Any idea? Any idea which? What they control?
Not really. Not sure.
Okay.
Each of these families also controls a district. The city is divided up based on the type of activity. And you are shown a very crude map that is kind of sketched out in the dirt. I will actually bump you all to the map.
Hey!
Look at it. Gotta readjust everything. Alright. So, to map. There are a couple of things you should be aware of on this map, and I'm going to speed through it because the others have heard this twice at least.
Can you guys, someone share the map? Because I am
share the load.
Working, I got you.
All right, let me know when that's good.
Okay.
Okay. So, the map, or the gate here that I'm pinging, this is one of the outer gates. This is the gate that you are waiting to get through. It's very large, this whole structure. There's a section for like, carts and wagons and things, and then a couple sections rather, for foot traffic. So symbols like this, where it's a diamond, dot diamond, with these outward pointing arrows, those are major gates. There are 4 of them. Over here, a little to the left, this is a major outer wall tower. So those are scattered all the way around as well. Squiggly wiggly lines on the inside. These are walls that separate the districts. These dots with a space in between, those are minor gates in between the districts. Diamonds on those are guard towers as well, again scattered throughout the city. That's where the gargoyles tend to roost as well. Because you've noticed gargoyles floating and drifting above the city on patrol.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably figure out what roads are. There are minor roads in between all of these shapes. I'm not going to draw all of them. So these larger blocks of color are kind of clusters of buildings. There's pathways through them. This map is very much not to scale. Let's see. Some districts, so the farther into the center of the city you go, the higher the access required to enter them. So, like, this would be high prayers up here. This would be considered low. And then there's a road that circles around the entire city, basically.
Which you called the Noose?
The Noose, yeah. That's
Okay.
the one that goes around the outside. So Roots is to the left. You've got orange is feeders. I need to adjust my own map because I'm far too zoomed in. Red is Clang. Purple is pages. Further in with pages you go. So this outer section is pages. Pages merges with tomes. And then this is upper tomes up here. And then you are headed into prayers. And that is all in the handy dandy Kalo guide.
Remember that bit about upper tomes. That's an important thing for later.
That's a fun secret tool that'll help us later.
I wonder where my companions could be.
The definition of foreshadowing is...
You remember how she said it was harder to get into the middle? I do believe we're right there in the middle. Just a couple hundred meters above it.
We're...
Hey now,
Also,
spoilies.
the reason this is not drawn to scale is Duncan is not the size of a building.
It's not even the size of
maybe I
several
am.
buildings.
I could be.
So, anywho. So that's the rundown of what you've been given this night.
Okay.
We should get some rest. If we would like to get to the gate in a timely manner tomorrow, we should be there fairly quickly. The line grows rapidly. And you can see kind of the remnants of the line from today, where it took people hours of waiting and only a few got through. Oh, that's a fun thing that happened too, that you'll have to listen to. I've got timestamps.
Okay.
Some revelations there. So we will fast forward to the boys in the birdcage.
I do just want to. I'm sorry. I know that I've taken up enough time already.
Yeah, of course.
I do want to just. I do want to just. I do want to sign to Charlie whenever I think that Calloway is not looking. You okay?
The eyes glance at your hands. Make for me a sleight of hand to try and keep this from Calloway.
Yeah. 14.
Okay.
Is that enough?
Do you want to use the specialty 10? On your first roll back.
You gotta make that decision before I tell you what's happening.
Let me. Okay, hold on.
Wait a minute. Give me a minute. Minute.
So I lied before. My sleight of hand was +3, not +2. So I rolled a 15 out of 14. I'm going to keep that.
Okay.
I don't want to use up anyone's stuff.
You make your sign. Keep it low. Keep it tight to your body so that it's not super obvious what you're doing. And Charlie has kept his eyes low in general. Not really making eye contact with you very much. Recognizes that you're there. Reacts when there's conversation. But beyond that, it's very mute, right? And you see his eyes flick a little bit to try and catch what you had signed. But there's a slight look of confusion that passes over the eyes. And you get a sign back for repeat. He was a little too slow to catch what you said.
Is he hurting you again?
Cup of water.
This time, with him focusing, he sees the sign. And
Starbucks, yeah, the one by the bed.
Give me an insight check to read the expression.
Okay. That's a 9.
The moment is very quick when this passes over his face. His eyes dart to Calloway, and you see them drop again. He doesn't even make a sign back, but you are fairly confident of what the answer is. You see that shoulder that you had noticed drop a little bit extra.
Yeah. We aren't in Seneca anymore. We could end it if you want to.
You're signing this?
Yes.
There's a look of panic when you suggest something like this. And a very quick no. Very emphatic no. With an implication behind it of that cannot happen, right? The eyes grow serious through the panic, and there is no question of what this answer is. That cannot happen. You get another one, a very quick one. It's a couple of signs that when you first see the sequence, it's like, that's a what? Right? Like trying to parse out the meaning of it. Something's wrong. I need to find more.
More what?
And at this point, Calloway has returned to talking to you, giving you the rundown of the city. Is that satisfactory for your first night back?
Yes.
Okay. So, pretty boys. We are now a few days in the future. A few nights in the future. You've all fallen asleep. And you wait for that moment in which you return to the Sea of Glass. And you wait. And you wait. And you have normal dreams. You do not see your companions unless they feature in your dreams. And then you wake up. Your gargoyles sit above you, as per usual, keeping watch. What are we doing this morning?
I hope this doesn't use up like our 2 messages per day. I'm
let me roll for that, actually. You get 4 today.
Towards Brun and Navos. I'm going to kind of give them the look of, like, did you have any funky things happen in your sleep?
All right. I will
kind of like an
rolls
intense
for this.
stare. Okay.
So roll your performance and roll your insight. Or receive.
Not 20, first roll. There's a form to a lifetime.
I hate it here. I genuinely hate it here.
I've never even used this dice before. It's the first roll I've ever rolled this dice.
Alexis, it's not going to get any better.
I swear to God, you better not. My mouth is actually hanging open in disbelief.
For
What'd you get, Derek?
I mean,
was it a 53?
Three's Company. I mean, no, I just got a 10.
I hate it here. Okay.
Are you going to use the failure on me?
No.
Only one nat 20 is allowed.
And it's mine.
All right.
It should be that if there's 2 nat 20s that go up together, they cancel each other out and they both become 1s.
We just roll over too far.
I will grant you 3 each perfect messages.
Oh, boy.
I'm taking one of your opportunities for the day, but anything you try to communicate will be perfectly understood.
Okay. Sorry, but my first message, I get not a message really, but more of an intense, confused stare at both Brun and Navos, as a kind of anything happened to you guys last night kind of look.
How was your night, hot stuff?
Your hot stuff.
As the sun rises, it will get hotter. So you guys can return that communication if you would like to use one of your 3 for the day.
I'd like to see if I can save mine and just shake my head.
Mm-mm.
All right, fine. I'll allow that response. Who else would like to communicate?
Brun was having weird dreams about like a very fancy feast, but every time they like opened the tray, it was just a different kind of rock, and it was very disconcerting.
Cats. Oh.
Meow, 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 meow.
You said fancy feast. It was a very elaborate...
Hundreds of gargoyles, all
an elaborate dinner.
Meow, 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 meow.
A very elaborate dinner of rocks.
So, I'd like two things, because I didn't check earlier. When I take a look at my legs, are those drawings still there from my claws?
They've scabbed, and like some of the lines are a little sketchy, but where it's like, is that part of the line? Maybe. Like they're starting to fade a little bit because you weren't like really digging in there.
Deep, yeah.
But
it's not as
it only did 1 point of damage.
Obviously,
not as obvious, no.
Okay.
No.
And then second thing, I want to enter in the journal again. And I'm going to upload a picture of what I'm putting in.
Ooh.
Pictures.
What an incredibly well-drawn penis. It's amazing.
Oh, no.
Pictures of you. Pictures of me.
So I just put it in the chat. That's what I'm putting in.
Okay.
Look at this
Waiting again to
photograph.
see what happens.
I'm pretty sure this is how they dial Earth in Stargate.
You watch the page and roll for me a D100.
Oh, boy.
There's got to be something to it if I look at it upside down.
I think they're constellations.
Oh, maybe. Maybe
I've never seen a single. I've never seen a single
maybe same.
constellation.
Let him cook. What'd you get?
56.
Okay. Not a 53. 56. The drawings remain on the page. There's no shimmer to these pages today.
Yeah, just enter that in, close it up, and anxiously wait for the next day.
Is there any other communication you all would like to do? You have 3 perfect messages to send.
We have the messages to send, but not the messages to send.
Like,
no content for these messages.
Yeah.
Okay. It's up to you. What's going on over there?
my brain was like, yeah, we're just sending spam, and then it was Brun just like goes through all the motions and sends like gets a physical letter over to Duncan's cell, and it says, we're calling to reach you about your broadsword's extended warranty.
There are hot old men in your local area. It's just
going once.
Duncan over there working out.
I don't.
Going twice. All right.
I got nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Calling it there. Duncan, you are blessed first with a visit. Your cage drifts closer to another pillar. You can't tell which one it is. You've been gently circling for so long, for so many days. Like, even with the passage of the sun, it's hard to keep track of where you're looking and like where you've been. Because the motion of these cells is not simply circular. There's a vertical change, there's a directional change, there's a rotational change, right? There's so many transformations of the direction you're facing. It's strange to keep track of. You stop in front of the pillar, and in the seat on the balcony is a wood elf.
Our wood elf?
But
Our wood elf? Is that Twistwind? Barney?
she is settled in very comfortable
Don't eat the rocks.
traveling clothing.
That's a perfect message.
God dang it, you guys. I'm sick. You can't distract me like this. So she's settled in very comfortable traveler's gear. From what you can tell, because you're not super duper close, you're like 30 feet away, something like that. She's got the stone wand that she can speak into. Greetings, Duncan Dubois, I believe.
That is still my name, if I remember correctly. Things are weird up here.
I have been told as much. I am Yogani, Twistwind. I am told your party was sent with one of our own, and I would like to inquire after Farney. Their whereabouts, their fate.
Truthfully,
I would prefer that.
I hope that they are doing much better than the rest of us.
Please elaborate on what that means.
Before we came into the city of Callow, we kind of sent them on their way, find a different route into the city. We were doing a mission of secrecy, and Barney seemed to have their own way in. I mean, they are Twistwind after all. They didn't need our help to get into the city, the great city of Callow. So we parted ways outside the city walls, and that was the last that I saw of them. And I say I hope that they're doing better because I quite liked Farney.
And she kind of like leans forward in the seat, elbows on the armrest, hands kind of resting on the knees. You had a mission of secrecy, but writs for entry into the city.
Mm-hmm.
You should have had no problem entering.
Unfortunately, there's just it was a matter of time, and not a matter of actually getting into the city. There's something bad coming, and
With Farney, you should not have had any issue of time. They had permissions to bring you through the gate. When you arrived, we were alerted that you'd be coming. They only needed to speak at the gate.
yeah, that's probably
You seem confused.
Confused? No. Regretful? Yeah. There's a lot of things
Considering
that I
what you
wish
are
could have
accused
changed.
of, I would assume you'd be regretful. I would
Very
hope
much
so,
so.
anyway.
I think
I'm
the
sure...
prospect
Oh,
of what
continue,
lay behind
please.
us scared me more than I think I let it on. And I think it made us all make some rash decisions. We needed to get in the city, and I think we panicked a little. We went and made choices that really doesn't reflect who we are.
What sort of choices could a paladin such as yourself make to be so regretful of? Is it losing your guide?
No, those guides were criminals at best.
Farney is a criminal.
Sorry, no, not Farney. I apologize. The men that
What
kind of led us
guy?
into the city.
You see the eyebrows kind of quirk a little bit. Who exactly did you follow into the city? That you
Truthfully,
would call them criminals?
I'm not 100% sure. Oh, they're definitely they're. Unless you didn't know, there is a very large smuggling operation happening here in the city of Cali. I mean, I would imagine it's on everybody's radar, and then I'm not telling you
that
new
is how you
information.
entered?
Yes.
What route did you take to end up where you did? And they look genuinely shocked at this news of like, the heck did you do?
Unfortunately, the wrong one, and I'll leave it at that.
So,
as someone who has no idea what you guys did to this point, like you seem guilty as shit.
Genuinely, we should have had Andrew just do all the interrogation since he actually doesn't know.
Tell me what you know. And she settles back in her seat, crosses one leg over the other. My objective here was to find Farney. We have not had contact with them in several days. You claim to have no idea where they are.
No, but that is kind of suspicious. Not of Farney, but Farney said that they would go directly into the city, that they would be waiting for us on the inside.
They were part of your plot to sneak in with these criminal guides?
No, Farney had nothing to do with that. Farney's name is clean.
You must understand how concerning all of this news is.
Absolutely, I understand, and I don't envy your position or that of the Twistwinds, but Farney is not guilty or a part of this, more so than just being the guy that got us to Callow. After that, Farney's part was ended. We split ways to meet up later after we had gotten into the city. Farney seemed like he'd be able to get in there easier by himself.
They were under very strict orders to deliver you, and they failed in that task.
To my knowledge,
meant to meet them?
I think Farney was going to find us when we got into the city. We were, unfortunately, headed for the Archbishop's manor. We did find it eventually, but
you see the eyes kind of close, like The hand starts reaching to like pinch the bridge of the nose a little bit, trying to parse through everything you've just said. Did they leave anything with you? Any of their gear?
I don't have
perhaps?
anything with me.
Well,
no.
hand waves a little bit. When you had parted ways, had they given you any of their things? It would not do for their gear to get out to someone else.
They did give me a drawing of your family crest. That was about it. I don't have it on me currently. It would be with my stuff. You may be able to talk to the warden here and see if you can see it. But
I will see about that.
They told me that the Twistwinds name held value here in the city of Kallo, and you can see that it does.
Our name travels far.
Mm-hmm. And travels fast.
Truly. Curtis. Is there any other information you can give me about your journey into the city? We prefer to know of the various routes that can be taken. I do not work with security of the city, but as messengers, it is important for us to know where information is being passed. These criminals that you spoke of, did they have a name? Any information you could give me on them?
They didn't have a name. They wore disguises. It really doesn't. But I do remember a symbol. I don't really have anything to write.
She leans toward you again. Show me
It's in my journal. I can draw it for you, but it's also in my journal. One of the other visitors had previously read it. If you give me a piece of paper, I can draw it for you.
Draw it on the side of your cell there.
Okay.
Show me in the air.
I'll look around for something to draw with. Is there like
Just
rocks that I can draw?
hand.
Oh, okay. And so I'll kind of draw it, that kind of diamond shape, little like it's like a scythe or 7, and then the 2 lines above it and below it.
The eyes narrow. Like even with the first few lines, she is not hiding much in this interaction. Her distaste is very evident. I see. And you're sure Farney had no interaction with these criminals?
No. Honestly, I don't think Farney would have gone along with it, and truthfully, I don't know why I did. Getting old in my old age.
Most unfortunate that you did, Mr.
Very
Dubois.
much so. Very much so.
The individuals you tagged along with are well known for causing trouble in our fair city.
Can only imagine.
Thank you for your time. And a little hand wave as they start to stand up and you begin to drift back into the birdcage. All right. The day continues on. The sun is higher now. The sun is starting to get to a point where every time you move, you can feel the start of a burn on your skin. Many more days out here, and every movement you make will be agony. Duncan, even though you've been trying to cover yourself with a blanket, it doesn't help. The blanket holds in heat, and so you have to take breaks from that, face the sun or face the heat, back and forth all day long. Avos, have you been hanging out with your journal this whole time? How do we find you in your cell?
Yeah, I think just testing out different ways of entering it, drawings, words, different languages.
Okay.
Once peering at it once every few minutes or so, just waiting, is this one going to be erased? How much longer is it going to be?
As you keep checking back, you don't see any changes to your journal. Whatever you've done to them today has remained. The ink hasn't smudged in any weird ways. The information that's there stays there. You find yourself drifting to another of the pillars. And there's a dwarven lady sitting. She looks furious to the point where her beaded beard and braided mustache tails are shaking as she speaks. There's this slight clattering sound, almost like coin, as the metal clicks off of itself. Is this the one? This is the one that had all the chemicals, right? She's talking to your guard.
Mm-hmm.
And they give a brief nod. All right, so, what'd you do? Why is it that our hard work, when demolished, has been rebuilding itself? Will the families put you up to this?
Rebuilding?
Some kind of weird magic. What did you do?
What did you do?
I definitely messed up with the act, the sinkhole, but and anything after that I have no hand in.
I should certainly say you messed up. Do you realize how difficult it is to break anything we built?
I had no idea.
This city has stood for centuries by our hand. Here it is that you busted up, and now we can't even do the job of repairing it because it's doing itself. Ain't never seen nothing like it. Ain't never seen nothing like you.
Davis is really anti-union.
Don't tell Fane.
We can't even go to work.
Navos the scab.
Can I do an insight check when she mentions that the city has been here for centuries? Nothing like
Sure.
this has ever happened.
Oh, maybe.
What are you trying to do?
Another 10. I'm trying to see, does she really believe that? Like, nothing has ever happened.
She's
This
not
is the
hiding
first
it
time?
at all. This is the first time something like this has happened. And she fully believes that you should not have been able to break anything. By the strength of their work.
Yeah, gonna lock that in.
Hoorah.
I don't know what happened. I mean, I took the chemicals from one of the labs. I apologize for that on top of everything else, but this was nothing. There was nothing else I added to it. I read the labels wrong, but I'm not using anything that you wouldn't already have.
What exactly did you throw in there? And you think about it, and you remember the label very clearly. You can tell her exactly what it was. Will you? Or will you try to hide what you used?
No, I will tell her, but is this what I remember? Is this what I thought it was, or what it really was?
What it really was when you passed the package to Brun.
No, I will let her know.
And like the rage that she's been holding back very poorly, pauses. What?
I mean, I read the labels wrong.
You threw it in the it in the sewer.
Yes, trying to create smoke. I read the label wrong. I didn't realize until after it happened.
Nothing you threw in there should have demolished the building.
Wasn't even us. We got framed.
There ain't no way what you threw in there would have an effect like that.
That's what I was
I assume you were
hoping.
nearby.
Yes, I was watching.
What happened?
The whole time. One of our guys, the big one, up there, he went down the ladder, threw it in, ran back up as soon as possible. It took a few minutes. We saw the smoke, which is what we wanted, and then just a collapse out of nowhere. The building fell down immediately. And we all ran.
Point of order. There were rumbles under the ground
Mm-hmm.
beforehand.
Yes, I remember the rumbling.
And it rumbled.
Are you intentionally leaving that out? Okay.
No, sorry. That's just Derek forgetting.
Okay, that's why I wanted to check. You see her doing some calculations. There ain't no way what you threw in there could do that. Which of the families sent you to try and futz things up?
None of them.
Silverwaters?
I would never agree to do a deal with the Silverwater.
Self-Asari?
No.
It's got to be one of them.
Can I ask you a question?
What could you possibly want to ask me?
Do you know anything about the Kurtranos?
She gets kind of a funny look. Very suspicious. Why do you know that name?
The Archbishop asked the same question. That was the only name that they brought up.
I see. So the Archbishop's in on this too.
Oh, no,
Good
wait. No, hold up.
And she starts sending you away. Her mind is firmly made.
Oh, shit.
So you have been sent back into the birdcage with that on your head now.
We have 3 perfect messages we can use when the Archbishop gets here in like 45 minutes.
And she shuffles her way back into the spire. What the frick? I don't know if y'all heard that. So there's that one. Brun.
Hi.
How those nightmares treating you, buddy? Big hippie boy, huh?
When food shows up, Brun doesn't eat it. It's not a hunger strike, he just can't stand to look at it.
So, because you have had your rest, even after your multiple bouts of sickness yesterday, from the various samples you were given, you are no longer under the poisoned effect. Just for your
incredible
records.
Thank you. I am no longer poisoned.
You are no longer poisoned.
But psychologically.
That's what I'm here for.
Brun is going to every so often. So here's a question: do the gargoyles change, or do they just park? Oh, we've had the same gargoyles over.
Oh, they've been swapping.
Okay.
Yeah. If you'll recall, the gargoyles don't all change at the same time.
Right.
But they do have a fairly consistent swap out.
They have a routine. Okay.
Yeah.
When Brun gets a chance, he's going to ask every gargoyle, when he wakes up, he's going to ask he's just gonna ask them questions and see if they engage with him, hoping that one of them will bite and Brun can ask more questions.
Give me a persuasion.
This is going to go...
I will roll, I'll say 3.
You're going to roll a 3? Fantastic. That makes it much easier.
No, I will roll for 3 of them.
7 plus 2 for a 9.
You try. And you try.
Oh my
and
god,
you try.
do a try.
The third one for the day, as evening is beginning to fall. Instead of remaining stone-faced and ignoring you, you see them glance down. Like they break for just a second. And you feel like if you were to ask them something, they might engage.
Well, since we're stuck here, where were you made?
You see that, like, the look down, a little bit of a little snort, like it should be obvious, and they don't really answer. Like, that was such a silly question you asked them.
Yeah. What a silly question.
What a silly question.
Even Duncan's over here. What a silly question.
What a dummy.
You just see Duncan drifting by, and that's one of his perfect messages. You just see him shaking his head like, really, you ask that?
Andrew got so upset.
I'm sorry, Andrew. I'll ask better questions next time.
Yeah, do better. Be better.
But yeah, he is just like, he's trying to get anything out of the gargoyles, and he doesn't know what to ask. He's just trying like.
What else are you gonna try? Give me another question. It's a less silly question, please.
Just ask to leave. No one's asked.
If a gargoyle's such as yourself is built and made and controlled by the city, if you commit a crime, does that mean the city is okay with that? Or would that be like let's say you're abducting some suspect and hurt them or kill them. Are you on the hook for murder, or does the city be like, no, it's fine?
You get this kind of like...
It might be a legal defense, because if people go to think of a gargoyle, maybe that's an out for me, because I don't know what the fuck that's
You know a good gargoyle lawyer?
You get a little bit of a sneer.
Gargoyle-based crimes?
They look down at you like... We do not commit crimes.
There you go.
Okay.
We are not controlled by the city.
Okay. So if somebody just resists, you're detaining somebody and you accidentally kill them.
Should I accidentally kill you?
You know what?
We could see what happens.
You know what? I'm out of ideas. If you would like to come on in.
So they've been kind of crouched, perched on top of you, and they stand up to loom over you like they're about to drop down, and their eyes catch off to the side.
His shirt and just be like, right here, man.
Their eyes catch, and they immediately settle back down as you drifted over to one of the balconies. There is a halfling seated in front of you. You're only about 10 yards out, or 10 feet out, right? His legs don't reach the ground sitting on this chair. He looks furious, like he's been sitting here working himself up to yell at you. And then as soon as he sees how big you are, he immediately clams up. And he's sitting there, like, looking at you, looking at the gargoyle, like, he's contained, right?
It's
that kind of look.
It's okay. And, like, Brun's used to that face, because Brun will, like, someone will come in storming at Brun. Usually when Brun stands up, that tends to take the wind out of a lot of, like, business owners, people who are past due. Like, the wind tends to peter out when he shows up and stands up. And he's like, it's all good. If you want, you can lower the cell so I'm at eye level with you. That tends to help.
You see a little bit of indignation with that. And he has both hands, like, together on his knees, like a very nervous kind of posture here, right? But he's tense. Where is Aasimar? What did you do with him? Yes, you. I assume you can understand me.
Correct. Who are you?
Who I am does not matter to you. I'm a representative of the Sial family. Where is our Aasimar?
You're gonna have... Let me answer your question with a question. Is there a breeze out there?
Yes. Why does that matter?
Because if you hold out your hand, some bits of him may land in it.
And he looks horrified. Bits?
Very, very small bits.
What happened to And he's trying to find words. Between the rage and the confusion and the horror, he's like, he can't say a thing intelligible.
Are you a tender of the family, or were you related to Pival?
I am of the family, but not related. That doesn't matter. What did you do to him? It was very expensive. Do you understand?
Oh, I understand.
How much we have lost.
Perfectly. I understand that a joyful and delightful person was lost in addition to your investment. If you would like more details, I believe... Yes, chat with the Archbishop. They have more information regarding the incident that happened in Alrith.
Incident. And you see him trying to figure out how all of these pieces connect. Bits of him, incident, all of this.
Would you like me to shoot straight with you?
I would much prefer it. All these cryptic answers.
There are bits of Pival. There are bits of Pival on the wind because Pival exploded. If you send a runner to Alrith, it might take him a few days, but you will see the city is overgrown. Pival's magic changed that city. It was not his fault.
You had seen this man starting to say something else, and as soon as you say it was not his fault, so our Aasimar wasn't defective.
Was not. Before I answer your question, I would like to ask one in return.
You have asked plenty.
I have asked for clarity in how you would like this information. You have been leading this interrogation kind of poorly, I'm afraid. I just have to know. How do you not see any ASMR as something other than an expensive horse?
Because they aren't anything otherwise. They are made for the city, by the city. And we purchased ours fair and square. The fact that ours exploded means that we were scammed.
You were not scammed.
Clearly we were. Or was it something that you did? Did you sabotage our ace?
You'll have to take that up with the Archbishop, because I cannot comment on an ongoing investigation. As you can tell, I'm a little in prison.
You certainly are. Have you anything useful to say? Or shall I send you back?
Go fuck yourself.
You see his mouth like flabbering again, and he's just like both hands frantically waving you away like you are a disgusting little roach. He's like, ugh! Right. And he like hops down and scampers back into the tower to get away from you.
All family's getting right up there on top of that shit list. Right below the Silver Waters. It's a close race.
As Brun drifts back, he's going to slam his fist into the wall of his cell as hard as he can.
The gargoyle above you looks ready to pounce. Don't break anything.
I couldn't if I fucking tried. I'd love to try. Actually, if you'd like to come down, I'm happy to try.
You seem like considering it for a second. Like, could I take him? Could I take him? Because you've been getting a lot of the larger, beefier gargoyles. And, like, he's got a decent wingspan on him. He's a little experienced. He's like... And he settles, kind of shakes his head to himself, like, nope, don't do it.
Well,
let him sit, let him rot.
Quick question for you before you turn back into turn back into a stone-faced motherfucker. Who was that? What was the halfling's name that was just here?
You get another, like, side glance. Why does it matter?
Because I would like to know who I'm keeping score with.
The eyes kind of narrow.
It won't matter. I'm not getting out of here.
Looks
but I at least
where the
know.
halfling was. Kraidith. Sayal.
Kraidith.
Kradath. He, him. He.
My pronouns are fuck and you. Thank you. I won't be any trouble, I promise. I'll behave. But if you still want to go, I'll even say that I started it.
You seem kind of considering again. And for the rest of his shift, you seem thinking about it. Just ever so slightly.
A couple of jabs in the air.
Brun does throw a cup, like, when he catches him, like, looking out of the side, he's gonna, like, do, like, the pump fake with the shoulder and see if he can get a reaction. He probably won't, but he's just doing it.
You won't.
Now he just wants somebody, he's just got somebody to fuck with now, and now he's got someone to be
now
angry
he's being
with.
A nuisance.
He's got someone to be angry with that isn't him. That isn't himself.
Yeah, like, the first time you kind of, like, do a false charge, kind of, like, a motion toward your gargoyle guard, you see the wings flare as he, like, flinches a little, and then he, like, settles back in, like, I wasn't scared.
Yeah, I was just stretching. I was just stretching my wing.
Yup. We return back to Thane, as the rest of you drift throughout the birdcage. Unless anybody in the birdcage has anything else they'd like to do for the day.
Two things. I want to rip one of my pages out that I drew in and just keep that on me. And I'd like to use a sentence on Brun and Duncan stating that the chemical should not have done that, as well as there's been no damage in centuries to Kahlo.
No damage to that extent.
To that extent.
Let me clarify.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, stuff is broken, but
from what we've seen,
not like that.
You can destroy the building.
The years don't seem to match up from what we think.
Okay. And they receive that perfectly. Because I'm kind and benevolent.
Thank you, kind and benevolent GM. Can I also pass on just...
You can. Die.
Yeah! All right, guys, I'll see you next week.
No, you won't.
No, new character. Just it's.
Oh no! If you die in the game, you die in real life.
Oh, thank God! I really want to go now. No, Brun's gonna
for the new job.
Brun's gonna pass along to the other two Pival's family. Visited. I told them to talk to the Archbishop. Okay. Is that succinct enough to pass along?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Duncan would also like to pass the message. Just for Sharon.
I thought you were going to say pass a kidney stone.
He's already done that. A couple in the corner.
Duncan would also like to pass. Navos is the only survivor.
It's a simple one, 3 words. Barney is missing.
Okay. So Thane, Calloway and Pennywhistle have gotten you into the city. It took longer than you'd like, but you currently don't really have like a major timetable to keep. You just know you've got to meet the guys at Avern. There wasn't really a time frame given for that, so you feel comfortable enough with where you're at. And they showed you around through Roots. They had you visit a couple of locations. You met your local contact, Erda, ERDA, and Tirthez, TIRTHEZ. Erda is strange. She's an elf. Collared. You see this, she shows you, actually, what the collar looks like. Kind of pulls the collar of her shirt back a little bit to show it off. It's this intricate tattoo-looking thing. It circles around the collarbone, the neck, the shoulders, right? And she tells you about the process. The separation she feels because of it. And she introduces you to a few other people that she's kind of worked with, trying to help locally, right, while she's here. She wants to put in a good effort, right, to make connections in the city, because that's how you turn a city to your cause. You need to become part of it. And she tells you that tonight there is a vigil in which people from Roots will be gathering to walk the noose and pray that theirs were not harmed in a recent tragedy. We would like for you to join us. It would mean a lot to the people here to have more support.
You have it. I'll go.
They give you a better tour around as well, showing you small parts of the other districts as well. They kind of show you where good food is, introduce you around, give you a very general tour of things, kind of give you a better idea of where things are in the city. And Tirtha's, he is much more what you would expect from collective members. But he's very comfortable with the setup of the city. They don't tell you how long they've been here. That's part of the training too. Like, do not give away unnecessary detail. Right? If that's information you should have, you would have it. Right? And he introduces you to some of the efforts in the city of people who want to help others. There's a soup kitchen type setup in a couple of different locations. Healers that don't use magic. They're not clerics, but easily accessible healers. Like, where's the closest doctor if you need a quick fix up, right? Mm-hmm. People such as that. There's a priest that comes in and helps grant people some peace when they're struggling, right? So they both take you around and show you these things until night falls. And you head out to the Noose, this pathway, this road that circles the inside of the wall of the city. You had been told that there are several places that have names used by the people that the officials don't prefer, but they can't do anything to stop it. It's a small bit of rebellion in this city, in this system. And people they've dressed as festively as they can. They are adorned in various ways, various cultures are represented here. Many are collared, many are not. It's a good mix of people. And they all carry lanterns, each marked with either a family crest or some kind of sigil that represents them and their people and those they care about. And as night hits, they light their lanterns and begin walking. A couple at a time, here and there, they end up a bit spread out. You kind of hang back a little and watch as people walk by. You can jump in whenever you prefer, but you hear low chattering between people of talking about their families, talking about who they hope is safe. You learn through all of this that they don't know what happened, only that there was something that went down in one of the higher districts. There's no list of names that have been passed out. No families have been contacted, which is why they offer their hopes in this way. A general, I hope it wasn't mine. It's selfish. And some people recognize that, like, it sucks if it's somebody else's, but at least it's not mine. Right? For a lot of these people, their families, their connections are all they have. And to lose that to a high district in the city would be beyond painful. Like, even more so than just losing someone. Like the insult of them being sacrificed to a high district. Is there anything you're doing this evening? Did you want to ask some questions about what you wanted to research?
Yeah. So I'm taking everything in as we're walking, and Erda is here with me currently.
Yep. Tirthez isn't with you. Erda, they are, in fact, with you.
It's good that you have set up everything that you have in the city to win over the hearts and minds of the people. I think that's going to go a really long way. But I think at the end of the day, there needs to be a recognition that the only language that they, pointing toward kind of the center of the city, towards the higher districts, the only language they really know is violence. And we're wondering how well the people here can speak it if they need to.
Erda considers, as you're walking amongst these potential mourners, they are not comfortable with violence. They've seen it. They've shied away from it. Those that do try are quelled very quickly. Forces of the city have made sure there's a strong sense of hopelessness amongst the lower populace. They have when people are collared, even if they've just been born, and they become collared, a choice is given for many of them where they join the Seeker Squads and are used against their own people, or they fully accept that they have no connection to the magic of this world, the magic of their family, the magic of their ancestry. All of it is stripped away. She gestures to her own. I cannot hear the trees speak anymore. And though I dearly miss it, this brings me closer to these people. Brings me closer to the city. And our fair lady as well. And you see she's crying very gently now. With a heavy weight that she carries.
Who is the lady you speak of? Someone who belongs to one of the families?
She is who needs us most. We free her and we all are freed. There
Where
are
is
many
she?
here. We don't know. She's here, amongst us, around us, somewhere. We don't quite know. She's in the city. She's of the city, but she's out of our reach.
Is she a deity? Is she something that makes up all of you, and you all make up her?
Not quite. We're connected to her. We are connected to each other. And when you are given your collar, you meet her on your first night in your dreams. And for many, it is a light in their darkness. To know that there is someone who cares about us, who cares for us in the lowest point of our lives.
It sounds.
You must be careful
like
asking after her. Because they head nod toward the center of the city. Do not want us to have hope.
Well, we suspect that we carry the message of someone maybe very similar to your lady. An outside hope. You'd mentioned that if it comes to violence, and it likely will, that the people might shy away from that. What about you?
I am ready for whatever our city needs. When she says our city, she is fully referring to Kahlo, as though it already belongs with the collective.
What do you have in place already? Branches, cells? Do you have different groups of people working on different tasks? I'm coming into this blind, but don't give me any information that you can't. But if we're going to be working toward a common goal, we need to have different groups divided, working toward the same thing. That way, if they get caught or if something happens to them, then we don't miss out on the plan, which would be to overthrow the city. Is there a group recruiting people? Is there a group gathering resources? Is there a group training?
She takes a bit of a shaky breath, trying to bring herself back to composure from the tears she's been shedding. That is a conversation for tomorrow, I think. For tonight, we mourn who may be lost and celebrate who isn't. And she kind of gestures to the procession around you. You've been walking for a while, and you get the impression that the intention is to circle the entire city and return to Roots. And it takes a while. The center of the city is glowing, and the different districts you pass through all have slightly different appearances to them in the half-lit darkness. And the stars shift above you as the night drags on. Eventually you make it back and return to where you've been hiding out. Your contacts, Erda, Tirthas, they have a home, sort of. It's not much. It's very tight quarters, but it's better than the stable that you slept in oh so long ago. You do not smell horse manure all day and night.
That's good.
And the next day, they tell you more. You tour around other districts, a little broader scope. And Tirthas, this time, he is the one showing you around. You can't be seen with the same person too often, right? You don't want to be connected to anyone in particular. And he takes you to a tavern. This is the Corvid's Crest. And you're kind of hanging out in front, being very casual. And he's kind of showing you around different things that are nearby, right? And he walks over to one of the windows. There's like a nice little window box going on. And he starts telling you about the plants in the box. Very, very excited about these plants. And you see his hand make a little motion. A little hand sign for notice. And then once you've kind of like engaged with this plant talk, right, the hand motion shows you underneath. And you see a symbol that I've already given you. And yes, these folks, the folks who put this all together, they're the ones that we work very closely with. They do good work for us. getting supplies, helping spread what we need, get information around.
That's wonderful. Do they service all across the city, or?
They have several points of contact, but this will be the most consistent for you. And the Corbett's Crest it's a nicer looking tavern and inn. The people coming in here seem to mostly be travelers. There aren't many. Thinking back to the Outer Gate, it's difficult for people to come in right now. You've been told that the city security is heightened, right? So it makes sense that there's not a whole lot of business going on, but in general, the people that you're seeing come in here, they look a little better off than many of the people you've been living amongst over in Roots. These people look like they've traveled, probably merchants, traveling tradesmen, that kind of thing. And they might only need a night or two here at the tavern, and then they'll get out or leave. So they can afford to splurge just a little bit, right? When you have a chance, I think it would be best to introduce you to a few of our compatriots. But this is a good place to find them otherwise.
Okay. Yeah, we can't wait to meet them. We did hear of another place before we'd entered the city, a place called Avern, or the Avern. I think the T just maybe fell off
Avern.
At some point.
Quite the interesting story with that one. Yes, I can show you where that is. We
have some companions of our own that we'd be meeting with, hopefully soon.
More in the fold. Fantastic.
We can always use more.
Let me show you then. And they take off, striding through the streets, giving you more of that brief overview, kind of the rundown of types of businesses and where to find things and all of that. You get to Avern, and the evening passes. You've met several other people. Is there anything else you'd like to ask for right now before you set out the next day to do more wandering on your own?
Yeah, I'm mostly interested in not so much specific numbers of people that they'd be able to bring to their side, but is it a sizable number? Is it, is it something that's currently small that we're going to have to work toward? And I want to try to gauge what the timeline would be like moving forward. Is the expectation that, tensions in the city are such that this could pop off in days or weeks, or is this like a month or a year kind of embedded situation where, things should be preparing to settle down for the long haul?
So give me an investigation, and we'll see like what kind of the vibe is with all the information you've got and what you can glean from it.
Can I roll with any kind of proficiency or advantage? Because this is like the thing that Thane has been trained for. Okay, I'll just roll normal.
I'll allow it. I gotta keep going.
Okay. I don't know why you're not loading. Not great. Much better. That is a 22, sorry.
22. So the impression you get is that there are several things going on in the city that could help speed up the timeline. But in general, this is going to be a lengthy process. It's going to take some time to build up numbers. There are other groups throughout the city Erda mentioned the faithful, those who follow their dear lady. So you would know about them. You would know about the crew that was introduced to you. You're hoping to meet them in a couple of days. So timeline is nebulous, but generally going to be longer. It's not like an immediate thing that can happen because they just don't have access to everywhere that they need to.
Yeah, right.
They need to infiltrate further in.
What does the ratio look like across the city as far as collared people versus non-collared people, and how does that? I know that I guess I can kind of base it off of the districts too. So I'm assuming that the roots would be like probably overwhelmingly the collared individuals, and then it would get less so as you go in. But overall, like, what is the ratio of collared to non-collared?
So in roots, there's a strong population of collared folks who have their magic restricted in some way, shape, or form. The further in you go, you don't find as much residential, but more toward, let's see, let me ping. So, like, when you start reaching about this range, the people who are in those areas, you don't find the tattooed collars, you find removable collars. These are the people who tend to leave the city more often. They have business other places. So like Farney, for instance, had a bracelet that served as their collar when they're in the city, but they could remove it when they left, right? So there's kind of varying degrees of magic restriction. It's hard to tell from the collars themselves, like how much they are restricted. So like the Seeker squads, you had learned, those who make that decision still have access to very base magics. And they are used against their fellows to sniff out basically any sources of magic that should not be out and about.
And then as far as the tattooed collars are concerned, does anyone that I've spoken to know how those ones would be removed?
They don't.
No one knows. So far.
They do not know. They've not seen them removed. They don't know what the process is like. They tell you that the application was a sharp needle with kind of a hooked end to it and a ball end on the other. And as it's tapped into the skin, the needle disappears and becomes this magical ink that spreads across the skin.
I see. Okay. And any stories about those who have tried
to remove it?
Mm-hmm.
There are people who've tried. The methods are not pleasant. Removing the skin doesn't work. Breaking the sigils doesn't work. The ink is almost alive. It reacts to tampering. You hear that that's why they stopped using metal.
In that case, after gathering that info, I'm going to visit Avern and see if I can meet up with the others.
When you're at Avern, the rooms are cheaper, first of all, which is nice. And you wait, you hang out, you spend the next day wandering, trying to learn more about the city on your own. And as it starts getting darker, you're a little farther than you intended. It's taking a while to get back to Avern. Navigating in the city is very different from Alrith. Alrith was large, but this city is massive, right? And trying to find the right gate to go to the right place, it's difficult, right? So you end up, you are partway back You're still out here in Wages. And it's dark by this point. There's still some light. Weirdly enough, the city has street lamps, but you haven't seen anyone who like lights them as you'd be used to. There's no like flickering to the light. They just come on. And the further out you go from the city, the more sparse those become, to the point where you find them more like shop fronts. When you're in more side alley type places where you'd be trying to meet people, you don't find them quite as much, right? Roll for me an athletics or an acrobatics.
Oh, absolutely athletics. Yeah, 22.
Making your way through the city, you have felt fairly welcome. You haven't really felt threatened. The occasional seeker squads make you a little nervous, but you haven't really shifted yourself in their presence, so you haven't alerted anyone. Even the gargoyles overhead really haven't bothered with you. You're just another paladin walking through a city that's rife with them when they do venture out of Klang. So, being hit from behind with a massive force, like somebody has full body tackled you from above and behind, your face hits the ground. You put up a struggle, but another force hits, and another, and you are quickly subdued. You are bound, gagged, and covered. And in this state, you feel yourself leave the ground, air rushing past you. And what you can see through this face covering, this hood of sorts, shroud, is that you're moving very quickly. It's hard to track where you're going, but you are flying right now, buddy. And that is where we will take our bio break.
Oh boy.
Hooray!
Man, maybe I'll be meeting up with you guys sooner rather than later. I don't know.
Probably. And I'm willing to bet that symbol that was drawn looks something surprisingly like this.
I think you might be right. Let me
Hey, now that's meta.
Listen,
It is meta. I don't know. Duncan doesn't know.
it's
As soon as you said it, I was like, shoot.
Shoot.
Those aren't smugglers, they're terrorists.
It's
Oopsie.
It's a little wild to me. This is a star already, but like Thane coming back and always was a little menacing. Was like, but this super idealistic, and now we're seeing it in like we're in Thane's element where he's like the idealism has teeth, and I like. It's much creepier. It's much more unsettling. Yeah. You're like, hey, we'll just tear down the establishment, and it's like, oh no, he knows where to start digging to tear this thing down. Oh, cool.
He knows how to find the foundations and how to weaken them.
I am so excited for this. I just want to say, I've been prepping for this.
Hell yeah!
This whole time. No, not like maybe prison, but yeah.
So real quick, thank you for all hanging in there with this awkward spacing of things. I know it's a lot of downtime for individuals.
All good.
But,
yeah, I would have been okay just sitting here watching a whole Thane episode.
Yeah, like give Thane a whole episode to catch up and we just sit here.
The Tales of Tossing yes. We just watched Thane do stuff. See what he's been up to.
He's sightseeing while you guys are in prison. I would, in fact, do that to you. But yeah, thank you all so much for your patience. Let's take a 15 because I haven't eaten yet. So it brings back food. At 9:20.
9:20.
That's great.
Thank you, 9:20.
Thank you, friends.
Cool stuff.
Welcome back, friends.
Late. Hello.
Welcome back. So, Thane, you got lifted.
Yeah, I did.
How does Thane react to flight? Just out of curiosity.
Great question. Let me roll for that because that's never happened before. Let's do willpower. I'll do a willpower save. Not good. I do not react great.
I imagine there's a lot of wiggle worming until you realize if you get dropped, you have no way to save yourself.
Am I gagged?
You sure are.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the first things they managed.
That's what I thought. I would be screaming, but instead I am just making noises.
You're yelling into this piece of cloth in between your teeth. It is soaked in your spit as you are screaming the best of your ability. Eventually, you land. Thankfully, you can feel ground, sweet, sweet, firm ground beneath you. You've been laid down. And it takes just a moment for a very familiar scent to reach your nostrils. You're in a stable. You can smell dung all around you. There's mud, there's hay, there's all this feed. Like, all of those smells hit you. Like, once you finally stop screaming and realize I'm on the ground, and you take a breath, it hits all at once.
Does it smell like the horses are well fed?
That's an interesting question.
They have a diet of garlic.
But there is a reason
there's an ample supply.
If the horses are malnourished.
There's an ample supply of poop in this space.
Okay.
So we'll go with that. You know it to be quite late, getting into like midnight kind of territory, right? The moon was pretty high, from what you recall, before you got body slammed. You hear voices, low, rather indistinct, gravelly, kind of, for some of them. And you put the pieces together, like, you must have been grabbed by gargoyles. Like, there's no way that's not what happened. You hear somebody whose tone and cadence is mildly familiar, but at the current moment, you're having a hard time figuring out who it might be. So that's all you've currently got, and you are left there.
Andrew has an idea, but
Andrew might have an idea. But yeah, you're left there until eventually you fall asleep.
Can I, as I'm sitting here, is there anything that I can do to work at my bindings?
You can struggle. It hurts. Like, it eventually, like, scoots under one of your, So for hand armor, it's usually mounted to a glove, like a leather glove, right? And, like, you manage to scoot the binding, like, in under the cuff of the glove so that it's just rubbing your wrist raw instead of your glove. And, like, even if you manage to get the glove itself off, you wouldn't be able to slip your hand out. Like, they really, really trust you up. They do not want you leaving. Every once in a while, you hear kind of a click-clack of clawed feet, and sometimes boots. It sounds like you're being guarded as well. So you can try to work at those bindings. Perhaps a sleight of hand, stealth.
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Athletics.
Oh, you're gonna let me do athletics?
I would allow athletics.
Is he trying to get out of the bindings?
Yeah.
That's a 19.
Because I want him to go to prison. I'll fail that roll. He's coming to prison with the rest of
us. Are you serious about failing his roll?
You're going to sabotage me?
He's coming to prison with us.
I rolled a 19. Are you going to do this to me?
We're going to take a 2. That's a 2, buddy.
And
you're coming to prison with us.
You struggle, and it feels like you're making headway. It feels like the bindings around your wrists are getting a little bit looser, and you get kicked in the side. Somebody noticed what you were doing and is putting a stop to it. You feel yourself resituated, closer to a wall, and they make sure you're bound to it. So even if you get your hands free, it will take a lot more effort to get the rest of yourself free. How long are you willing to try? It's
probably a while.
Okay.
Probably a while. Yeah, I might actually suffer exhaustion trying for as long to do this. Because I have a feeling that people get disappeared from the city quite often. And yeah, like Thane would be concerned that this whole thing is ending before it starts.
You keep trying, and it gets later and later. You feel your bones, that deep weariness digging in, and you hear a tap, 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 very even, measured footsteps. Very nice shoes, the way they sound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your head covering is removed, and at first the bit of light is blinding. Right? You're going from mostly darkness to a torch. A weird, bright torch. Well, look who we have here. Down in the muck. Your armor looks very dingy today.
Is this the part where I act surprised when I see you?
I would hope you wouldn't be surprised. You managed to escape Alrith. I'm here to make sure you don't escape again.
You, if I recall correctly, also managed to escape Alrith. You were one of the first ones to flee the city, right?
The most important to get precedence.
Right. Yeah, you are a grand knight.
Truly, I'm glad you finally recognize it.
Yeah, the first one out of the door when things go wrong.
Are you comfortable?
First one to run.
You're a guest in my home, after all. In amongst the slop, of course.
Like shit.
But,
Your home smells like shit.
I think that's just because of you being here. My animals here are very well taken care of, thank you very much. And if they're not, well, the keepers I pay, well, we'll deal with them later. I suggest you try to get some sleep. You're going to be needing it. We can't let you go dying on us. Where's the fun in that?
Does he seem surprised at all that I look completely different?
No. And that is probably the most unnerving part of all of this.
Yeah. Well, I did change my face for him previously.
You sure did.
Okay. I sure did.
He looks so smug and self-satisfied, looming over you, making sure that the light he's got above him, he's definitely in your eyes, just to really annoy you. Reaches out, kind of flicks the bottom of your helmet to release it from your head. Lets it clatter away. Takes a good look at you, as if appraising livestock. Looking at a horse. Or pig.
I do look really pretty right now.
And he kind of like traces his hand down your jaw a little bit, boops you on the nose, stands up and walks away. Enjoy your stay here at Silverwater Manor.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. I think I'm in a place worse than prison, guys.
And Duncan, Evan, actually made sure you stayed there.
I feel like I owe you an apology. I thought it was the prison guard that took you with the gargoyles. You were coming to prison. This is a fate worse than death. I did not want to be trapped in a shit trial. I regret my decision.
Listen, it could be worse.
I knew immediately what this was.
It could be worse. He's at least in the stables. He's not at a fancy dinner with Silverwater. Like, that would be so much worse. Imagine just, like, the rest of the Silverwater family being schmucks. At least now he's like... Oh, my God. He's got some quiet time. It could have been worse.
Right there. He's moving up on the shit list. He's at the top, but he's moving up further.
He's extending his lead.
Is it light? Is it light in the stable at all, or is it like pitch black when he leaves with the torch?
It's so dark.
He's gonna.
It is so dark.
Okay. All right. Fuck. I arrived here before the sunset, or was it dark the entire time?
It's been dark the entire time. It was getting toward like midnight-ish.
Yeah.
You would estimate when you were captured.
When Silverwater had been talking to me with the torch out, did I get a look at my surroundings at all? Like, is there any picture of the place seared into my mind? How about any specific tools at the stables? Horseshoes or anything that would have been used for horseshoes, like rakes, shovels?
Some rakes and shovels. Most things have been well cleared away from you. Mm-hmm. And in that brief moment of being blinded, but your eyes almost adjusting, like he was looming, right? Very hard to see around him. There was at least one person behind him holding the light so that he could see you and you would be blinded. And at least another that you heard kind of shuffling around off to the side.
Okay, so I think I'm still being watched. I think there's still people here.
Oh, absolutely.
Fuck. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. Silverwater already knows that I can shape change.
Mm-hmm.
Can I shape change into an elf to give myself dark vision?
Ooh, I don't recall if you gain racial traits when changing your shape. I don't believe you do. Let me check that.
I'm also looking at that.
Let's find out.
Does not seem.
I'm gonna bet it's no, because that would be very strong. Otherwise, anyone else in the room have any input on that? Just off the top of their head.
It does sound a little overpowered because then while I transform into a Dragonborn, do I get my breath weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing as I was saying.
Here we go. You make yourself appear as a member of another race, though none of your game statistics change.
Yeah,
so that's to me. Yeah.
Yep.
You can look like an elf, though.
You paid for the cosmetic DLC.
Yeah, essentially.
So, are my weapons still on me?
So when they brought you in, like they wrestled you in the street a little bit to wrangle you. They did strip a bunch of your stuff away, like grabbed your pack, took your gear.
How about the little carving knife that I've been using to carve that piece of wood?
They were very thorough.
Yeah. Okay.
They checked your keister. Is there a little carving knife up there?
They had you cough and bend over.
Shit. Okay.
It is getting later
in that case,
and later.
I'm just gonna back into a corner and try to sleep if I can.
Push yourself back against that wall that you've been tied to, and the ground is comfortable enough just because it's warm and it's wooden. You've slept on the ground, like on rocks and crap, and that sucked, right? In here, the wood is polished and well maintained, so that's at least mildly better. And the exhaustion you feel from being out all day for the past several days, working as hard as you have, it starts to sink in. And you close your eyes. The warmth of the nearby animals keeping you pretty comfy, I guess. As you drift, you start to hear a voice. There you are.
What?
We've been waiting for you. Come. Join us. And you have awoken in a place that is dark, but above you are star fields laid upon star fields where they overlap in strange ways. There are arcs of kind of rainbow energy that burst through clouds all around and above you. Below you is a reflective surface, and as you go to take a step, it sounds like glass beneath your feet. What are you doing?
Ooh, like glass that's breaking.
No. Just like you're stepping on the surface of glass. It extends forever in every direction and reflects the sky above, except where you stand.
And the direction ahead is the direction they want me to follow them. I'm going to keep moving.
You take a step, another step, tap.
Can I
tap.
look down at my own reflection in the glass?
Sure.
What do I look like in the stream?
You look like you. The base.
The real me.
You. The real you. Not a mask, not a face you wear to blend in. It's you. Your helmet is still
Scars
gone.
and all.
Scars and all. Everything laid bare. As you look down, taking another step, your foot falls through the glass, and you plunge. To the rest of you, Thane rises up from the glass very slowly, as though like a very gentle elevator, lifting them up through. You see the surface of the glass rippling.
I do just want to say that Thane at base kind of looks like the girl from The Ring.
A new challenger has appeared.
I'm just
do you want me to drop the art?
Oh yeah, I've not seen it yet.
What do we see?
Oh my gosh, yes, please.
Start your descriptions while I hunt this down.
Yeah, so I think Duncan has seen a little bit of Thane already. So Thane is very skinny and very, very like lanky, super pale, long, dark, inky hair, and they are covered in scars, like just injuries that they had sustained in all their different forms that their base layer has just been absorbing all of this time. And It's basically that all of the pain that they have experienced this far in their life has just been mapped onto this base layer.
Thane, before you are your party members. You see Brun, you see Duncan, you see Navos. And you three see Thane. You're back in that space.
Finally, he shows up.
Yeah.
We've been waiting forever.
Who? Who is this?
Oh, yeah. Duncan wouldn't know.
Duncan knows. Duncan saw Thane in this.
Oh, yeah.
In this,
Duncan's the only one who caught it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the missing member. What do you guys mean? You guys... Run, Navos, Thane, Run, Navos.
Thane.
Right. Everyone's acting weird.
Wait a minute. If you're here, does that mean you're in prison too?
Okay, how do I know that this... Thane's like backing away.
Sorry, Thane. This is the real us. I know this may be confusing. We've been having this connection too for the last couple of nights ever since we got thrown in prison. I think it has to do something with our cells. Does that mean you're here too? I didn't see you arrive.
I was taken by Silverwater.
That fucking guy. Thane.
But I imagine you might know that. Who are you?
Thane.
Who am I?
Do you remember you and I had a conversation? It was just the two of us. You told me to remind you to ask you about something if you started acting weird.
I'm
supposed to ask you about Charlie.
Oh, Thane's just gonna come over and just give you a big fucking hug.
There we go. See, it's been a weird couple of days for us in here. Like I gotta admit,
this place is weird with magic, and I thought that maybe Silverwater was connected to, like, this was him torturing me or something, and like trying to get information or something from me, or just to mess with me. The guy's an asshole.
Wow, we're torture for you? All three of us?
No. I think that fair. You could. You are some of the only people I care about, as much as I care about. I love everybody, but I mean, come on, we've been through.
But you love us a little bit more. It feels like there's a hierarchy in here that I. Are you okay? You're ranking people. You're putting people above other people. That's not right.
So you guys got put in prison?
Communism to me.
Yeah, that doesn't seem egalitarian at all.
Did you get in the city for like a day?
We made I made a little bit of a mistake.
No, we're all in prison. You don't get to take all the blame.
On that same subject, you said earlier that what you had wasn't enough to destroy the building, or something like that. Is what I got?
Yeah.
Oh,
what do you mean by that?
Yeah, sorry about that.
You guys destroyed a building?
We'll get to it. Give me a second. Dwarf lady talked to me. Apparently, the chemicals we used, I only took from the lab, was not enough.
Will you help me?
Yeah, that's kind of all of this right now.
I heard that voice too.
And you all feel this pressure around you. This heavy static, almost. That voice was everywhere around you. Will you help me? It asked.
Are you the lady? Does she not answer you guys either?
Once in a while. Lauren, if you're there, When did this happen? When were you first taken for this? Has it been centuries?
When I had
There is
spoken to...
no then, only now. Will you help me?
Yes.
And spreading out around you, you see people. They start rising up like Thane did. Their eyes are closed. They appear to be sleeping. Just one after another, and a field of people develops around you. Just, they spread forever, it seems.
Oh boy. That's...
Thane, you see Erda.
Awesome. Yeah.
She's kind of far out there, but you see her.
This is it. This is how we win.
What do you mean by that?
How many people?
Win what?
How many people are there?
You can't count. There's so many of them. It seems like they stretch forever too.
Being kept down by the aristocracy of the city. This is the rebellion. This is our army.
The Callers. She's looking for us to free her.
Where are you?
As you all take time to discuss things, people start to crumble. I'm not feeling so good, Mr. Stark. Just a couple here and there. You see them turn colorless. The color leaches out of them, and parts of them start to fade into nothing until they are dust on an unseen wind and gone. If any of you would like to, you may roll investigation or perception.
Perception.
Thane, this will not help you.
Oh. I'll just watch.
That's a 15 plus 4 for 19.
I have a 14.
Can Brun roll insight instead? Because there's like a gut, like trusting his gut about what's happening. Because I think like there's.
You'll have to be more specific, but let me address the other two first.
Correct.
Duncan and Navos, looking at this sea of people, you're trying to take in the details. Duncan, one of the people you're looking at is familiar. You saw them in a previous vision, one of those bubbles.
Mm.
You saw them die in that vision. And you're watching them crumble again. Navos, there are so many out here. More people than you've ever met to your recollection. It's overwhelming. You see one poof over there, another to the left. Looking around, trying to take it in, witnessing all of it. You don't feel that pressure to be a witness. You don't feel that drive to see everything. But it is strange, it's bizarre, and you have been trained to try and remember the past, those who've passed. And that instinct is kicking in where you're trying to remember these faces before they go. Brun, what are you trying to insight?
Originally, I was thinking these are just like people waking up to go about their day, but like,
you don't know what I just told this to.
No, and that's yeah. Like, what is? How are these people different from the four of us? Like, Brun's trying to like puzzle. Like, is there any gut instinct that Brun is getting for like why?
You want to vibe check this?
Yeah, I want to vibe check. Like, why the fuck are the four of us getting picked for this and being told to join me or have weird dreams forever? Like, there's a healthy amount of skepticism here. That is a 17.
Why you? What do you have that they don't? What makes you special?
Big muscles.
Muscles. He flex real good.
He do flex real good. He's scared tiny halfling.
You look at Thane, who has joined you. You look at Navos, who's been by your side. You look at Duncan, who has pushed you in so many different ways, but mostly forward. What do you have? All of you. That these sleeping people don't.
Ellerin, what did Pival give us that you need?
Hope. A future. Something more than what you are.
How do we free you?
The rest of the party might know.
We have to find
Cough,
her.
Okay, that should be easy, right? Any ideas?
Unfortunately, it's probably not going to be that easy. She lays within a mausoleum, probably the very heart of this city.
From what we've seen in this possible rebuilding, it'll be far lower than where we're currently at.
Speaking of which, where you mentioned prison?
Mm-hmm.
Any chance of an early release, or?
Probably not.
No one's come to talk to us about a trial date yet. That's all just been visiting dignitaries that want stuff.
You
Unfortunately, you might have to. Yeah, and that is why you might have to make a deal with one of the 5 families. Definitely not Silverwater, and probably not the Seall family. But
oh yeah, maybe I'll ask him to set up. I'll ask Silverwater, since I'm with him, to set up a meeting with one of the other families for me. He might do that.
maybe.
All right.
Being sarcastic.
What? Which family?
Real quick, Thane, you heard the Seall family, as in Pival.
Yes.
A little surprising.
Oh. Yeah, well, I mean, they'd be the ones to talk to.
They're
like Pybel's mom sent us.
Not the humanists. I think you clash with them pretty severely.
Kradith is no. They're not families that buy ASMR like that are not.
Oh,
they're
like
almost yeah. They're almost as bad. Yeah, it's as bad as it sounds. They're almost as bad as the Self-Asaris, but the Self-Asaris at least are interested in you for something other than glory.
Do I know who that is? About that family?
That name.
I wonder if we might have an in already with the Twist twins. Farney was obviously a friend of ours, and her sister came to visit me today. She seems
how
concerned.
About the Garchanos family? Have you encountered them yet?
We haven't heard from them yet. We've been visited by the Alfozas, the Sephardelis.
Self-Asaris.
Self-Asaris.
The Sulfurdelis.
That is some rank meat right there.
Yep.
Well, I don't know how much polling power you have where you are, but the Garchanos families might be able to assist a little bit. I've heard that they might be able to step in.
There's that name again, Gartrano. Gartrano.
Oh, that's a good point. Brun, do you know anything about... Oh, wait, sorry. Forget that, I spelled it wrong.
But anyway, if you could put a request in and, maybe they can help you or maybe me.
I don't think we're in a position to put in requests. Basically, who comes to see us?
Yeah.
If you go outside at some point and look up, you might see us.
Well, you could. Oh, that's fucked up. Please don't die.
We're getting close. I don't think these cages are meant for the living.
So where? Okay, so I'm at Silverwater Manor, or presumably that's where I am. If I get out of here, where am I going to find you?
The birdcage. If you can even get there.
Ask people to head towards Klang. Once you're in Klang, look for a guy in really obnoxiously white armor and have him port you to the birdcage.
Okay. Anything else? Is there anything else that?
If you can get out, look for Farney. He might be in some trouble.
I thought Farney was with you.
He is not. He's somewhere in Callow. We haven't seen him for days.
Hey, Thane. There's something that happened before everybody left. A memory that's sinking its way back into your thoughts. The excitement of finding your boys and meeting the inside crew had distracted you. Anybody want to fill Thane in?
Oh no. What did you do? What did I do? What happened?
If Farney's...
Duncan, you don't know what they're talking about.
If Farney's in the city, they're not Farney.
What?
Duncan, you saw Farney outside. You had gone to talk at the gate with the guards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
came back fine. And Farney was still there. They were part of the plan.
When Farney came back, when we were searching for the three-eyed beast, at some point, it was not them.
What?
The beast replaced... I think it's going to click because then he remembers that Vox was also replaced.
Vox is the beast, and Vox replaced Farney. So
what?
Farney running around the city is Vox.
Thane, you remember seeing them shift. The face of Farney becoming purple and ram horns emerging, with the twist of a single ring on their hand.
What? So the thing that was following us the whole way to the city was Vox?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Where's the real Farney then?
And why act so weird with the gifts and...
We don't know where Farney is.
No, we're fucked.
When we were camping in the...
There goes our leverage.
City, that's the last we know of.
Well, I guess so I'll be keeping my eyes open for Vox, which could be anybody.
That ring was powerful. The disguise they wore was impeccable. You had no chance of seeing through it until they revealed themselves willingly.
So you guys have been arrested. What is the status of the packages that we brought into the city?
Hopefully they are still unopened, but if they are, I hope they took good care. I tried to warn them, but
this is the people who took
whoever the city's guard, the Twistwinds, the Silver Waters, the Foza, the Safrasatis, whoever.
We gave them.
They've been.
It's both boxes.
I know. I don't know.
We gave them. We got them to the Archbishop. The building going down was a distraction to get through the gates. Relatively unseen.
You took okay, so about this building. Was it a nice building?
Really coming back about this building, man. Really hung up.
I just want to know. It sounds like something that we would do. And
it definitely was a thing.
Decided whether we should be proud of you or not. Was it a nice building?
It was a research building.
Upscale research.
Were there upscale people inside?
Probably.
I didn't ask to see their bank statements.
Depending on
it was in Upper Tomes, if I remember correctly.
It was in a nice part of town?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Brun? You don't know the kinds of people who would be there.
Nope. Not a one.
Not you. Just checking.
Well, I mean, if they were wealthy, then great. Should do more of that.
There were innocent lives lost.
We aren't too sure if anyone in a position of power in this city is really innocent. But we can discuss that later. We have to deal with Silverwater first, who certainly is not innocent. Can we give each other things in this place? Can we transfer things?
Not that I know of.
Not that you've tried.
True.
You don't really have gear. You are yourself.
Yeah,
however you present.
So,
Navos, how do you look today? Just out of curiosity.
Sorry, what was that?
How do you look today? Or this evening, rather?
How do I look? Probably a bit scaly from the sunburn.
Okay.
Curious, Thane, once you mentioned that, I'm going to pull out the page that I tore out from my journal. This one is a drawing of well, if it's still there, a drawing of the shadowy creatures that we saw in the fight. And I'll hand it over.
You unfold this page, and the drawings step out. They charge past you, Thane, these shadowy beasts. You can feel the pressure of their passing, and they just keep going. You are in the middle of a stampede, almost, of unidentifiable creatures that stem from this page Navos is handing you, and as soon as it hits your hand, it stops.
Are my hands bound still?
No.
Shit.
This is one of the dreams we saw of what Aloran had fought in one of these possible rebuildings. There are more I can hand off, but we can see if this works.
Okay. None of you happen to have any blades or anything I could take back with me?
An ink pen is about it.
I could take an ink pen.
Brun,
I don't want to take what
Brun like reaches up. Is Brun's hair up in its usual like bun?
They took your hairpin.
But in the dreamscape.
Like how he presents himself.
Like,
can I present myself with a knife arm?
Brun pulls that pin, pulls that that sort of longer needle and goes, it's worth a shot, if anything.
Okay.
Hands it over to Thane.
Well, if this goes well, this will be in Silverwater's throat.
Hopefully.
We'll see. Thane's going to tuck that away in his sleeve. Well, I'm going to miss you three. I hope that the next time we see each other, it's in better circumstances. Or tomorrow night. But we are kind of having doubts that we're going to make it that long.
You'll make
depending on how tomorrow goes. Well, either way, we're going to try to take Silverwater with us. So
he's a moron. The worst thing that happens is he tries to torture you because he doesn't know an appendix from a spleen. he's just going to start poking.
That definitely makes us feel much better. Thanks. Nothing is worse than an inept torturer. Except, I guess, one that is good. Anyway, how do we get back to...
Well, what ways have we left, guys? We've just followed through the glass. There was a really big flash the one time.
I think it's whenever Lauren decides.
Whenever she sends us home.
So I know that you said a bunch of these had been Thanos snapped, but are some of them still left? Like, is Erda?
You see a bunch of them still around. They're just standing there.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to Erda.
Gentle breathing.
And I want to see if I can get her attention, just by like tapping her at first or like blowing on her face.
You said Erda?
Yes.
I'll go over as well.
You all kind of make your way, whoever wants to, rather, to this individual. And their breathing is steady and even. There's no concern or worry on their face. And Thane, as you reach for their shoulder, their face, how are you?
A tap on the shoulder at first.
You reach out and your hand passes through them.
Okay. Thane's going to whisper into Erda's ear. We're at the Silver Waters. We need someone to pick us up. Please find us.
No response.
There are others in the birdcage. 3 others. Brun, Duncan,
You
Davos.
feel yourselves getting fuzzy. Everything around you is growing indistinct. It's blurring. And you realize, looking at each other, that you are now dissipating. And you all wake
Send
up.
help. Send help.
It's a new day. In the birdcage, in a stable. And that's where we'll end for the evening.
Boom.
Thank you all for joining me. Took a little long. I'm sorry about that, as per usual.
Yeah, you're fine.
But I appreciate you being here.
Good game, guys.
Finally, someone's gonna have a worse day than the 3 of us do.
Yeah. Finally.
Any stars or wishes from anyone?
Andrew, welcome back. Star for Andrew.
Yes, sir.
You survived a week or a month of baby. Good
The
job.
party's been reunited.
He's over here
Sure.
sleeping too, which is really nice.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you, it's the dulcet tones of this party.
Yeah.
Oh.
The numerous
no.
atrocities I describe.
No, genuinely, Andrew, way to come back with a freaking vengeance.
I know.
Fine.
That was a
Vengeance
big war
indeed.
episode.
My gosh.
Alexis threw a lot of info at me, mostly today, to get me back up to speed. So that star goes to Alexis for making sure I was prepared. to come in.
Alexis, I'm really excited to get to know what timestamps you give him. To catch up on what's gone wrong.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So my goal this week before next game is to listen back through the previous sessions and get a full understanding of what I missed.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah,
There's a
it'll
lot.
be good.
We'll see. Any things? Any wishes for me? Don't say more dream sequences. You've said that like 3 weeks in a row.
That was so much fun. We should have more of those.
I also a brief other star again for the voice, because I didn't get to see Andrew didn't have his face cam on, but hearing the response to the voice, I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It still works.
Yeah. Spooky voice.
I love it so much.
Not necessarily a wish. I'm just wondering if any of these visitors will ever appear again. So I guess the question for, like, Gemmet specifically, are the gargoyles just handing stuff off, or will she actually show up again?
Interesting.
On a
Find out next time.
On a similar wish, right now, all of the families are like sort of dancing around what we're kind of doing. And honestly, like, I was waiting for Silverwater to come and lay claim to us so he could go do terrible things to our internal organs. But I'm curious to see how the city, if we continue dawdling about aligning or joining forces with a particular family, if a family will come in and remove that choice from us. Like, and I guess that's a wish of, like, inter-family conflicts. because they're asking.
You mean a Family Feud?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, cool. I'll see y'all next week, guys. It's been great. But no, who is positioned against who? Who has the opportunity to come cause problems? And Silverwater showed up, but he didn't pull us out. He just went after Thane. So where does that put him in the power structure?
I get the suspicious feeling that we are sitting on a town that's a powder keg about to explode into some sort of family war, and they want us as assets.
Yeah, I do want to just comment off of that. It feels almost like I missed the last several sessions, obviously, so maybe I'm getting a poor read on this, but it feels very Game of Thrones-y, where there's a lot of these houses kind of vying for power.
Already made that reference.
We're in the center of that. Did you already? Because I this is
a great
awesome.
game.
It's
it's been so really long since I've watched Game of Thrones, and I don't remember most of it, so I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Right.
My favorite thing in pop culture is how quickly Game of Thrones went from the pinnacle of TV to nobody talks about it.
I never watched the final season.
Died.
And I've been told so many times that's the best choice I've ever made.
It's honestly probably leave it up to your imagination how the story ends.
it falls off a cliff unbelievably quickly. It doesn't just fall; it is accelerating directly downward.
It propelled itself, huh?
Yeah.
On the wings of gargoyles.
I'm excited to see what factions, because we know there's a faction that Thane is part of that has been brewing this revolution. So does Thane get to kickstart an entire revolution and set the city on fire before he comes to before they come to rescue us? Or are there other organizations that see us as an asset? Or again, maybe the builders just pull us out and they're like, yo, blow up another building so we can watch what happens. What the fuck's going on?
All right, repeat it. But I want to see it this time.
Yeah, but I want to be in the room. Tell me exactly show me how you did it. And are we pulled out as to be a tool that we're grateful for? Are we pulled out for revenge by the Sayal family because they want to they think we blew up Pival? And when does the Archbishop make a play?
We haven't seen that. But this is no pressure. But you have built up a house of cards here, with characters and factions and families and
I think there's still another shoe to be dropped. There's probably still more players in this game,
and that's where I wonder all of these families have not engaged with us outside of this. When somebody kicks. And I don't know if that's because no one wants to upset the balance of power or no one wants to step forward because it's real easy to get stabbed in the back. It's if you've ever played the game Munchkin.
Yep.
The way you win Munchkin is be the second person to try to win. Because if you go first, everyone dogpiles on the person who just tried to win. And then the person in second place just goes in the space that was just opened up because everyone spent everything to stop someone else from winning. You're the second place person. And I wonder either someone's going to take that first step or someone's going to get pushed. And then everyone dogpiles them and then somebody else just walks in, unlocks the door, and we're out.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I didn't want to say, because I don't want to give Alexis the idea if she hasn't had it already. But
no, go on.
Just the idea that the Celestial Collective is a tool in this because someone wants chaos that they could use to better their situation. And this whole time it's oh yeah, we think it's revolution, but really it's just wiping part of the slate clean. So there's a power vacuum.
I have a genuine question that I don't want the answer to right now. because Brun, depending on how shit goes down in Kahlo, Brun's going to ask Thane. Did Thane go to Alrith with the same intentions? Was Alrith a city that needed to be taken for the collective? Is that why Thane was there? And I don't want to know the answer.
That's good in game.
But Brun, like, if shit kicks off, and like Thane is like, yeah, no, of course I killed 30 people because they all make more money than me, and that's wrong. Brun's gonna be like, what the fuck, guy?
He's paying $1 more than me. Kill him.
You know, Andrew, that's a good thing to bring up, because when we first talked to the Archbishop, they said, did the Gartranos start something already? So maybe not the collective itself, but it seems like she was concerned about something was going to happen with that specific family.
Yeah, that's my pet theory moving forward, is that the Gartranos family is just using the Celestio collective to better their position. They're no better than anyone else. They realize that this tool is being handed to them, that people are unhappy, and it's a chance to make a play.
I also
don't know that. So
I don't know what's gonna happen to the city if we free, if we succeed in freeing her.
Well, the people seize the means of production, and then they live more fulfilling lives. What do you mean you don't know what's going to happen?
Like
Not a doubt in Thane's mind.
The streets are
I
going to run
love hearing
red.
y'all series, by the way. Can I just say?
A whole lot of write that down.
I've got it recorded, baby. I got it all.
That's funny.
But yeah. No, lovely to have you back, Andrew. Like,
Good to be back.
Definitely fills out the roster.
Yeah. Do we have, quick question, Alexis, do we know